And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and rock cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with rock cod Rick Maxa. Mr. John Ireland from Rancho Leonero in Baja's East Cape is here and having a good time talking fishing.
So easy to talk about a place like the ranch, man. It's just the best, and it's a great time, and we're having a great time in here this morning. We want you to talk about it, man. Be a part of Let's Talk Hookup this morning. Give us a call. Open phone line on our toll-free line. If you want to get through right now, it has been obviously a very busy morning, but a great shot right now. 877-792-1090. It's open right now. Our local line all full right now, but keep trying. There's going to be plenty of shots on that one this hour. 858-457-1090. Not only talking fishing, talking fun, and talking about the ranch, we've also got a great prize for one lucky caller at the end of the show today, and that's a 3-quarter-day trip aboard the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing. We talked to Marcos yesterday, heard about the great fishing the San Diego has. Heard from Tyler just a minute ago. Epic 3-quarter-day fishing going on right now, and one lucky caller is going to get to go on that San Diego to C4 Sport Fishing. Not a better boat to go catch your local tuna on.
No question about it. Go
Not
down
a better time either.
Yeah,
right? How true is that,
give
man?
me a break.
After Thanksgiving,
I'm
tuna
jumping
special,
on a 3-quarter-day boat
Yeah,
tomorrow.
let's go, right? You know, one of our new sponsors, Bob Dawson, Dawson Insurance, got to talk about, since we're talking about travel and stuff like that, SafariGlobalTravel.com. Bob is such a great area. You can hear him here in Let's Talk Hookup. I actually met Bob through Tracy Toussaint from the Royal Star, and he handles all the booking of travel insurance for the Royal Star and a lot of the long-range boats. He's got a deal where you pay one fee, and every trip that you go on is covered. And it's not that bad. I mean, it's pretty reasonable. I mean, you pay this, it's a travel insurance, and so if I'm going to Rancho Leonero and something happens and I need to be life flighted out, or I need to be flown out on a jet or something like that.
Shockingly reasonable.
Yeah. Amazingly reasonable. It also covers like your trip cancellation insurance. And for a guy that like myself or John or Rick that travel all the time, it's in a bargain. For a guy that may travel 2 or 3 times a year, it's still a bargain. So check it out. SafariGlobalTravel.com.
The thing that blew me away so much when Bob was on was when he started talking about companions. So Pete, you and I are going on a long-range trip, and we've invested a lot of money, we've taken a lot of time off work and all this stuff, and I fall down and break my leg the day before the trip. Your insurance, and you decide, hey, I was going because Pete and Rick wanted to go together, and so I'm out on the trip. Your insurance covers you because the person you were going with is hurt. You're still perfectly fine, but your trip's not going to be the same. Still covered. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, so check it out. Bob's a great guy, and SafariGlobalTravel.com. Give him a call or just check their website out, and you'll be glad you did.
All right, well, hey, let's jump back into the phones. They're definitely packed up. Again, if you want to get through, the only line open, 877-792-1090. It's open right now. We're going to jump right back into the phones and talk to Harvey, who's called us from San Juan Capistrano this morning. Good morning, Harvey. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, John, Rick, and Pete.
Good morning.
John, I've listened to your ads and looked on the Internet a few times, and my experiences in Mexico has been on the larger boats, and you keep on pushing the Pongas going out. My target has always been Dorado, tuna, wahoo, and a lot of times it's an hour and a half boat ride. Do the Pongas go out that far, and is it as safe as the larger boats?
Well, they do. They go anywhere that the cruisers go, and they give you more options inside. It's certainly more basic, rudimentary fishing. Here's the difference. You got one captain. So you're helping. You're down there. You're crewing. You're down there. You're helping put the lures out yourself. You're running them. You're helping run the boat. For a lot of people, that's a big part of the experience. Rather than sitting in a cruiser and having everything done for you, a lot of people like to get in there and get their hands wet, so to speak.
You have a bucket instead of a head.
Yeah. You jump over the side or whatever. It's more of a guy's deal. But that said, half of our Super Pongas do have through hull head on.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
One more question.
Everybody's got to turn around and look the other
yeah.
way. You know? Pardon me, Harvey, for interrupting.
One more question as far as the gear. With the constant poles and stuff down extra, do the Pongas have most of the fishing gear needed, or
absolutely
you still advise
everything
bringing
is
it down?
included? Yeah, and we're affiliated with Accurate Reels, and they're Jack Nielsen and the boys, the twins, or David and Doug are generous, and we have all accurate equipment, some of the best equipment you can get.
Well, let's explain that. Jack likes staying at the ranch. He likes being at the ranch. So there's kind of like a little thing going there.
Well, yeah, Jacket, or my good buddy.
Yeah,
my good travel partner and buddy Jack Nielsen. So we do have accurate equipment on all the boats, and from the beach too, we've got plenty of surf casting equipment available. Really, if you want to come down and bring your flip-flops and a couple pairs of shorts and T-shirts and your sunglasses and a hat, and that's about
yeah.
it.
And when I go, I just carry on.
Same.
I don't bring anything. Because everything's there.
Yeah, there's everything there.
You can do Rancho Leonero for a week out of a backpack, no problem. You need board shorts, flip-flops, and some T-shirts, and you're good to go.
It's easy. You know, we just try to make it as easy as we can for you.
That's the idea. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. That does free up 877-792-1090. One line open there. If you want to get through, there's your shot.
Kenny and UTC, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. How you doing, Kenny?
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Great.
Hey, good morning, Kenny.
Yeah, listen, I got two questions. The first one is, what's the primary best color for trolling for marlin down there, John?
Well, you know, I like dark colors. I like Mean Joe Green, blue, black, and green. I like Petrolero.
Petrolero is probably number one.
Probably my favorite Petrolero of all of them. But I like those are the two that if I go to the lure bag, those are the ones that I pull. Occasionally a Mexican flag, and if there's a lot of squid around, lighter stuff, squid colors. If I know there's a lot of squid in the area. Otherwise, I like the darker colors, or Petrolero's number one for me.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Next up, let's talk to Cam, calling us from Encinitas. Hi, Cam.
Good morning, Cam. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, guys. Hey, thanks a lot. Hey, this is for John, Ireland.
Sure.
John, this is Cam from Cam and Dan.
Hi, Cam.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good, buddy.
All right. Hey, you know, in the old days, we would bring tanks down and dive. We mostly dove, and as I've gotten older, I'm fishing a lot more. And plus, I'm listening to the show a lot more, so I'm learning more. But do you guys still offer, like a compressor? Do you still keep compressor down there? And do you offer tank fills?
We do, not on the hotel itself, but there are tank fills in the area. Yeah, we can arrange that for you. They have aluminum 80s. They fill them to 3,000, and they're all hydro, and they're good tanks. We've got dive services. What we've been doing lately is there's 4 or 5 good dive services right in Pomo Park itself. And we've been either taxiing down or the divers are driving down and going right off the beach right down there at the park.
How far is that from the ranch?
45 minutes.
Drive or boat?
Yeah, about the same.
About the same
either way. Yeah.
And
I mean, wonderful diving. Honestly, Cam, it's just killer diving that reef.
Yeah, I'd love to get back on Pomo.
No, it's.
I keep thinking about, we just got to get back down there. Hey, another quick question for you. You used to have a big old Rottweiler, and he or she's probably not around.
Oh no, yeah, I've had a couple of them. Yeah, we don't have many Rottweilers now. I have 7 dogs now, and they're all mutts. They're all rescue dogs. We do a lot of
remember
rescue down there.
The name of the one Rottweiler? There was a little Chihuahua he had, Itchy Rat.
Itchy Rat, you remember Itchy Rat?
Wow.
Itchy Rat was a little Chihuahua.
And then you had a Rottweiler, but I really couldn't remember its name.
Now Lucky's still around. The cat, the bobtail cat.
Yeah, Lucky the cat's 15.
15 years old. Wow, that's.
We're really going back. We're going back 20 years with the Rottweilers. Now, Baron was one of them, and Sam was the other.
Yeah,
and Baron was the smaller of the 2 Rottweilers, and Sam was the larger of the 2. But we've been doing animal rescue now, and we've done a lot of that. In fact, We've Ranch itself has sent 90 dogs to the United States and Canada from our area this year.
That's cool. You make those arrangements with the airlines and everything, and there's an animal rescue company down there, right?
Yeah, I do that.
And you donate a lot of money to that animal rescue company.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah. It's Alma, right?
It's Alma, yeah.
ALMA?
But ALMA, yeah. And it's a good outfit. 100 pennies of the dollar goes to the rescue, to the animals, and in our area, I mean, I've been down a long time, and I've seen a lot of sad stuff and all that, and there is no stray cat, dog, and even now we're watching out for horses and farm animals and making sure everything's the way it should be within my zone of influence. That's the way it is for sure. Yeah, we're pretty proud of it. And like I say, 90 dogs to the United States this year so far this year. Huh?
Yeah, good for you. Hey, thanks a lot for the call, Cam. See you down at the ranch.
See you down there.
Very much.
All right. Hey, we got a special guy on the line. Mr. Bart Hall is on the line. Good morning, Bart.
Good morning, gentlemen. How's everybody?
How did I know you were going to call?
Well, how did you even know I was listening, for Gus? You know. Of course, I'm cooking breakfast. That's why I'm listening.
All right. What's for breakfast?
How was your Thanksgiving, John?
Good. We had a great one. Thank you, Bart. Thanks for asking. We had lots of family and got the new grandbaby. And,
I know. That's why I'm asking. That's fun.
Man, so much fun now. He's 6 months now, and so he recognizes me, and so he's starting to really get fun.
That's awesome.
He's a big kid. He's in the 100th percentile. He's a giant.
I want to be his agent. I want to be his agent.
Yeah, he's going to be either basketball player. We won't let him play football, but I'll let him play basketball for sure. It's been really, thanks for asking, Bart. It's been a lot of fun. It makes having a kid around for the holidays really makes a difference. You know the story.
I do know the story. Yeah, it's same with me here. After Thanksgiving dinner, we play games for a couple hours. But I was responding to a couple calls, in case the listeners wanted some reinforcement. The first one was about bringing women down there. If you remember this year, John, when we come down, and of course I go to the ranch every year. I brought my youngest son and his wife, and they had never been there before, and she never went fishing. But at the end of the trip, in the middle of the trip, she turns to Travis at the dinner table and goes, "Why haven't we come here before?" And I just started laughing. I might have had a drink or two.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And then that guy called about the pongas. Well, when we first went down there, we used to go out in the big boats all the time. And John will tell you, he invites me on the big boat all the time. And I have one excuse over another because I really love to go on the pongas. It's just such an intimate way of fishing, particularly for the species of fish that I like to target, which are the rooster fish and the dorado and the tunas. And it's just wonderful, to be in a ponga. And you can get so close to shore, you can get offshore. The water is so wonderful in the Sea of Cortez that that's the perfect boat for that place to target all species. And I believe we have caught all species out of the pongas when we've been fishing.
I believe almost every species, yeah. Bart. Bart is one of the original, inside guys. He's always enjoyed fishing inside more than outside, and it's like I say, it's a fishery that's going to be there forever because the commercial interests just can't touch those fish that are down there.
And you bring a whole group of the Fred Hall group down there to enjoy the ranch after the shows, right?
We do, and Pete, because of the business that we're both in, I used to go to Mexico multiple times a year, half a dozen or more times a year on different things that I had to do. I don't really do that anymore, but I would never miss a trip to the ranch. The trip we do every year with our crew is the highlight of the year. We get so anxious during Delmar because we know it's just around the corner.
Thanks, Bart.
Very exciting.
Thanks, Bart. There's no better endorsement than Bart Hall.
Here's a guy that is the king of all resorts in the West, right?
You can go wherever you want, Bart. That's
I can go a lot of places, but I really love your place, John. It's wonderful down there, and the people there. You have the same people for so long. They get to know you. You get to know them. The skippers, we all have our favorite skippers. They're all good. I mean, those guys know the water. And the guys I go with, they want to do their own stuff. They want to make their own splices and put their own hooks on. I don't necessarily. I let them do it for me. But, it's really a great place to go. It's the perfect thing. It's like having your own boat and own house right there on the beach.
Yeah, and we try to make it as intimate as we can, except a lot easier. If you have your own boat, your own house, it's been 2 days getting it ready, and 2 days closing the house and the boat back up.
Why would you do that? Indeed. Hey,
Bart, no higher endorsement. Thank you, Bart.
Nice to hear from you, Bart.
I'll see you soon, Pete.
See you soon.
All right. Hey, with that, it's time to find out what's going on in the water. We got the man, Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide, standing by to tell us about all this great fishing that's still going on right now. And today, that catch report sponsored part by Gamakatsu Hooks, Japan's leading fish hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation, strength, and durability. It's the long-range season, and the Gamakatsu Nautilus Circle hook, the ringed hooks, and their standard J hooks are top anglers' first choice in fishing for tuna and other pelagic species. They have the right design and durability to help you catch your fish of a lifetime. Get Gamakatsu Super Nautilus hooks at your favorite tackle store, and I know that I've said that I'm a big fan of that Super Nautilus hook. The other one that I'll let my cat out of the bag is I really like switching my Wahoo Bomb hooks out for that Octopus 4 Extra Strong 8.0.
Oh, yeah.
Rad Wahoo Bomb
hook.
Yeah. Really, really good replacement.
Yeah.
So
good long shank and sharp hook.
It's sharp, it's curved
strong.
in, it's kicked out a little bit. It effortlessly goes into those Wahoos and much better than a standard Siwash hook that has that real long distance from the point to the barb. It's a really good hook for your Wahoo Bomb.
There you go. Hey, Dave, what's up?
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Good
Dave.
morning.
Dave.
There's so much stuff going on. Here we are at the end of November, just going into December. And there's just so much to talk about as far as the fishing goes. It's mind-boggling. Normally this time of year we're talking about some lobster and rain and cold, but we can start out up there on the west end of Catalina right now. There is a phenomenal amount of skipjack up there. It's unbelievable the amount of skipjack that are up there if you look on the fish counts. And this stuff's trapped in like 61 to 63 degree water, and there's a bunch of yellowfin mixed in with it. Why it didn't bite yesterday, I don't know, but the skipjack absolutely bit. All the boats that were up in that zone yesterday did very, very well on that bigger grade skipjack. That stuff's like 15-pound skipjack. And there's a bunch of yellowfin mixed in with it. The day before that, the Indian up there out of Redondo had, 30-some yellowfin up there in that same zone. And yesterday it was straight skipjack. Then if you slide into Catalina, all over the front or the back side of the island, any of the standard rockfish spots are biting. Because it hasn't had a lot of pressure, as we know, for this year because there's been so much good fishing everywhere else. So if you slide into the island, any of your standard rockfish spots are biting pretty good. And there's mixed up with a little bit of that 5 to 10-pound yellowtail down there in 2 to 250 feet of water. And then if you like lobsters, Pete, I know you do, lobster fishing over there at Catalina is phenomenal. The Gale Force, the Triton, Brandon Hayward, all the guys that are fishing over at Catalina are doing very, very well in the deeper water. Now we slide down the coast, look around Dana Point area, the halibut fishing has just been unbelievable. Really nice grade fish too, that 25 to 40-pound fish, biting on all the standard areas, drifting around with the mackerel or the sardines that they have for bait in Dana Point. Slide down into that Box Canyon area, that yellowtail is showing up again in the Box Canyon area down there on the rockfish grounds, and they're biting that bigger mackerel and that sardine that they have at the bait barge in Dana Point. Then we go down to where you guys are based at. Wide open yellowfin tuna fishing on the 9. About as good as it's been all year. It's mind-boggling how much fish is still trapped in that water down there at the 9. I know you got to go really far offshore. I think, what was it on? Last Sunday I was 8 miles out.
8 miles.
Yeah,
Huh?
long ranging.
Yeah, long range. I was talking to you guys on my cell phone there, where I normally would be talking on the sat phone. I'm fishing yellowfin tuna 8 miles off the beach, and I looked at fish count this morning. I guess they knocked the crap out of them again yesterday down there. So
yeah, probably today
nothing's
too.
Changed.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
good
reason.
fishing, man. And the way to keep up with it all is on fishdope.com. You gotta have it. It's a must-have to keep pace. If you love to fish, you love to know what's going on in Southern California, fishdope.com is your source, because Captain Dave calls them. How many times a day do you call Danny over there?
I just love to hear myself, so I call at least twice, sometimes 3 times. And then I get back on there and I listen to myself because nothing's better than listening to me.
Yeah. Enough about me talking about me. Now you talk about me. That's it. That's the Dave Hansen way. Just kidding you, Dave. Anyway,
absolutely.
Hookup Now is the lowercase, no space. Hookup Now is the code to save you $20 on a membership for fishdope.com. And Dave, how do we go fishing with you?
Well, you guys, if you want to go, I got a 65-foot Hatteras I'm running in Dana Point. We're doing charters on that. You can give me a call at 949-374-0786. I'd love to get you guys out on that boat. If not, I'll go with you on your boat. Give me a call, same number, 949-374-0786. And Kelly and I are just getting done with our breakfast. We're going to go halibut fishing today out of Dana, so I'll talk to you guys.
Sweet.
Have fun, guys.
All right, good luck. Have fun. Enjoy the day, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
All right, guys. See you later.
Thanks, Dave.
See you later.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming away. First time we've had an open phone line on that local line. If you want it, 858-457-1090. It's yours. Or toll free at 877-792-1090. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Mighty 1090.
Doing business with the right company always pays off, and JobSite Supply is that kind of company, selling commercial contractor supply since 1987. JobSite Supply specializes in the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing trades with lines like Unistrut, the original metal framing system featuring the unique weldless connection. Unistrut metal framing is the time and money-saving alternative to conventional support methods. Come see the largest supply of Unistrut at JobSite Supply. Check JobSiteSupplyCo.com for more details.
It's time to get excited about fishing, and Point Loma Sport Fishing has everything you'll need. They offer half-day and three-quarter-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit their website at pointlomasportfishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627.
If you are ready to experience a real Alaska fishing adventure, check out Whalers Cove Lodge in Angoon, Alaska. The calm waters around Whalers Cove are 100 miles from any large towns, so you will enjoy a wilderness adventure without any crowds. Whalers Cove Lodge has some of the best salt and freshwater fishing in Alaska, and there is no need for a bumpy boat ride for hours. You can find productive fishing for salmon, halibut, and rockfish just 10 minutes from the lodge. Whalers Cove also offers fantastic freshwater fishing in wilderness streams for wild salmon and trout. The Whalers Cove experience will fulfill your wildest Alaska dreams on the calm water of the Inside Passage or on a spectacular stream. It's your choice every day at the Whalers Cove Lodge. After fishing, you will dine on fabulous meals created daily by the Whalers Cove chefs and relax in your comfortable room or cabin. Learn more about this exciting Alaska destination on their website at whalerscovelodge.com or call 800-423-3123. Whalers Cove Lodge, a real Alaskan fishing adventure.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now 18 stores throughout Southern California and 3 in San Diego County. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
Information is the key to success, and inside information is even better. When it comes to fishing, inside information is critical, and that's what FishDope.com delivers. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and save fuel. FishDope.com is the only SST service with a satellite oceanographic PhD on board, the only fish finding service with a spotter plane. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com boasts the largest code group anywhere, covering sport boats, commercial boats, and private boaters. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. What I'm telling you is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, good luck. Membership costs less than 40 gallons of gas for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, stay tuned for the special code to save $20 on a FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
All right, phones are packed. They want to talk to John Ireland from Rancho Leonero, so let's do it.
Sounds good to me, man. Let's jump right back into him and talk to Doug. He's calling us from Lakeside this morning. Hi, Doug. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Doug.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning,
Doug.
Doug.
Back to talking about wives and bringing them down there. I've been now to the ranch a few times, and the last time we were there, I only fished one day, and we were there for 9 days. We did a lot of other activities. First thing was we were on the paddle boards and scooting around that way on the stand-ups. We even took the side-by-side quads, went up to the waterfall, had a fantastic day. The ranch went ahead and made us up lunch, and they had the side-by-side delivered to the hotel. We just got on it, gave us some directions, and my wife absolutely loved that. Well, I did too. But we were gone for 8 hours, spent the whole day out there cruising all around. It was just awesome. And it's one of the first times I've been there where I really didn't even fish, but I still had a fantastic time.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah, there's a lot to do besides fishing, and for that reason, the wives do enjoy it. You have to be careful; you'll never get a chance to go by yourself.
It's fun. You know, the other thing about the ranch, and like what Bar Hall was saying about Travis's wife, why haven't you brought me here before? The other thing that happens to me down there is like, why don't I come down here more often? Because it's so easy to get to, and that's, I'm sure you'll agree, Doug. It's such an easy game to fly. You're probably flying out of San Diego, and then you 50-minute van ride from Cabo. You're in a different world, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're definitely in the tropics, and that's what impressed me when I first got down there. Jeez, it's for being so darn close. You're really far away.
Different
it's really
world.
A tropical world.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks for the plug. There's all kinds of things to do down there. There really is, and those quads are a kick. Yeah, it sounds like you 8 hours and you made the rounds. You know the area by now, huh?
We went up north and south, all over on your on the beaches, and we went into town and just we cruised around. It was great. Even checked out the new harbor that was being built. I guess we, of course, got kicked out of it. I didn't realize we couldn't drive through it. But anyways, it was a real nice spot. Real nice time.
There's a lot of spots to go. You hit the one waterfall. There's another one that's a little bit longer drive. That's about a day trip up to Santiago. You go up the wash right up the ranch, and a lot of people have been doing that this year too.
Oh, cool.
And taking their lunches with them.
Pretty awesome. And
cool
the waterfalls were flowing.
A lot of water.
I was up there in October.
Real
and we
green.
were swimming. We jumped in the water and swam and got under the waterfall. It's
jungle
awesome.
this year. A lot of water. Really green. Thanks, Doug.
Doug, thanks for the call this morning. That does free up for the first time in a while a local line at 858-457-1090.
Don in Woodland Hills, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, John. Thanks for taking my call today.
Yeah, Don.
Hey, Ricky, my question's for you. With you going out on this really nice long range trip, on the big game reels now, with the Talicas being super strong, very lightweight versus the Tiagras, where would you make the difference in going with the bigger, heavier reels?
Versus like when you would use a Tiagra over a Talica?
Yes.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think that the Tiagra has any advantage over a Talica. I mean, really, at any point, if you were talking the 50 versus a 50, other than cost, budget-wise, a Tiagra is an easier reel on the pocketbook. And if you already had a Tiagra, it's certainly not a reel that's not worth bringing. I mean, I've had a Tiagra well before I had a Talica, and it still is a reel that I'll fish. So for me,
love that Tiagra 30 narrow.
Yeah. So I have a Tiagra 50 that I've always fished with on a long range trip, and then I was lucky enough to buy a Talica 50. So for me, I fish sardines on my Talica 50 because they're a bait that's so much smaller. So the lighter weight spool is a lot easier for me to cast a sardine, and it's much easier for a sardine to swim away from the boat. And then on my Tiagra 50, I keep a heavier line. I fish 150-pound seagar and a much larger hook, and that's what I use for fishing salamis and mackerel and bigger baits. So a bait that's much easier to tote a heavy spool around, I'll fish on the Tiagra, and then the lighter sardines I fish on the lighter spool of the Talica.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little story about Harold Davis, who's been on dozens of long-range trips on the Royal Polaris, literally dozens of 15-day trips. And has all his own gear. I told him he needs to take my Talica 50 on this past trip that he went on, and I think he's told me since he's got back about 10 times. That is some reel.
Oh, it's crazy.
That is just an amazing reel. He caught a 200-pound tuna on that reel, and he says that thing is just, it casts, it's smooth, it's powerful, it's got everything you need in a long-range reel. So I'm going to say, if you're going cow hunting and you don't have the right gear, the first thing you should buy, in my opinion, would be a Talica 50. I don't know whether you agree with that or not.
I do. It's awesome. I mean, I always say when I'm at the tackle store, I always try and figure out what else a guy does. It's not an easy reel to purchase because you're spending a lot of money on a reel that you're not going to get to use a lot of times. Yeah. So it depends on the other type of fishing you do. For some guys, it's more worthy for them to get a Talica 25 because you can fish 100-pound. But really, when it comes down to it, I think most people that are taking, one, making the investment in their trip on a long trip, and two, they're taking that much time off of work. It's a large investment, and the reason you're going is to catch a 200-pounder. It's not to catch it's not anything else. That's the goal. I mean, let's face it, the main reason you want it there is you want a giant one, and that reel is going to make landing a fish of that size much easier. It just is. It's very powerful, very good drags.
Lasts for years.
That's the one to get.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right, how about we jump right back in and talk to Anthony, who's calling us from Santee this morning. Hi, Anthony. Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey,
morning.
Really appreciate listening to John and you guys this morning. It's been a great opportunity. Hey, I wanted to, I guess, a specific question for John is if you bring a group of 4 or more people down there, is there any way to get around the? Because I know they hit you up pretty heavy on that shuttle from the airport to the ranch.
Yeah, it is. It's cheaper. More people you bring, the less money it is. For 2 people, it's $80 each way. I'm not sure. I wish I could quote you exactly, but it's a lot less than that for 4 people.
Yeah, it ends up a lot of times being maybe $25, $30 a head.
Even less for 6, because they have a van and they have a set price. So the minimum is $80 for 2, but then it really starts going down markedly per person, and when you start adding to that. So.
And what a lot of times, like in our Let's Talk Hookup trip, what we do is we find people that are on the same flight and group them together, and sometimes we'll have 7, 8 in a van, and then it's $15, $20 a head.
And it always makes for fun too, because everybody's there and everybody's pumped up, and everybody's telling stories, and it's always a fun ride in.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But if you book ahead of time, you'll know exactly what it costs per person, and if you got 4 or 6 guys, then it's going to be a lot less than if it was just 2 of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
One more question. Hey, John,
Sure.
I had the pleasure of meeting you. I don't know, several years ago at a sporting goods store here in San Diego. You put a little seminar together.
Okay.
Any chance you doing that again anytime soon?
That was I think that was at A16, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had the opportunity. John over there, the owner, is a good buddy of mine, and I'd be happy to do it if they invite me back. I love to go and do talk clubs as well. So. You give the office a call, and I'll be happy to put a seminar on. I got a little slideshow, little PowerPoint.
That's rad.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's something I enjoy doing. So
yeah, very good. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right, how about we jump back into them and talk to Dan, calling us from Encinitas this morning. Good morning, Dan. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Thanks for joining
us. All right,
us.
it took me 6 days. I got my passport card. Boom, I'm ready.
All right.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good job, Dan.
And then earlier this week, I went on to San Diego, got into some of that yellowfin. Awesome job. I don't know how Ryan finds those fish, but he finds them.
He's the
There's
man.
About 8 guys in the corner all hooked up at once.
You got right.
And then I come home, and I'm they do a good job fillet, but then the next day I'm trimming. I've got this trim, so I'm just going to go surf fishing.
Perfect.
And I'm fishing, the sun's going down. I'm fishing in Encinitas, and ended up catching a 29-inch orange-mouth corvina on a piece of that trimmed tuna.
How about
No
that?
way.
That's a big orange-mouth corvina.
That's cool.
Man.
And I'm like, I didn't even know what it was because it was dark. It was dark. I couldn't even see.
Wow.
So I'm dragging the thing on, kicking it onto the shore, and then I finally, I find out what it was, and those things got some crazy teeth on them.
Yes, they
Yeah,
do.
Where do those originate from? Where do they even come from? Is that warm water fish?
You see them in the bays. We catch them in San Diego Bay quite often.
It's a fish we have pretty much year round. I mean,
but more often than not, you catch them in the bays rather than on the beach.
Correct.
Normally you catch Corvina with a B
rather than
Corvina with a V. But orangemouth Corvina are very prolific. There used to be a ton of them in the Salton Sea. There's a really good fishery for them down in Mag Bay. A lot of orangemouth Corvina and San Diego Bay. I mean, there were times this summer where the orangemouth Corvina fishing was very good in San Diego Bay.
And they're cool fish. They pull hard and they jump
fun.
around. Yeah, it's a cool fish.
They're a head shaker for sure.
And they're good eating.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, enjoy. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. That's a good fish story. And it does free up an 877 line, 877-792-1090, open right now, or 858-457-1090, open right now. You want to get a chance to talk to John Ireland, have a chance to win a 3/4-day trip on the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing. There is your chance.
All right, let's jump back into the phones. John in Orange County, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Thanks for calling, John.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Great.
Good morning, John.
Just wanted to say one of these days I'm going to get down there to the Rancho Leonero. I've been wanting to go down there for a long time. But my question is, what is the perfect anchovy setup? You know, the first 20-pound test. What kind of rod, reel, and what kind of braided line?
Well, my anchovy setup, which I think is at least perfect for me, I have a Trinidad 14A, the Trinidad 14. I have it full of 50-pound Power Pro, and then I fish a pretty short top shot for my anchovy fishing. I like to fish a double arm's length, about 6 or 7 feet of 20-pound Seaguar Premier fluorocarbon, and I have it on a Terramar 80 MH rod. So that's the outfit that I really like. It's an 8-foot rod, pretty soft tip section. It's perfect for 20-pound. That Trinidad 14A is like the backbone of a good chovy setup, kind of like we were talking about with the Talica spool weight being so important. The spool weighs very little, but the reel's got big power, so if you do hook a bigger tuna, you still got some guts in the reel to deal with. So for me, that's like the super ideal.
Awesome. That's perfect setup. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that. John, I want to talk to people that may be listening that have never experienced Rancho Leonero. Give us a scenario of if you're going to come down, when's a good time to come down, and how do you book a trip to Rancho Leonero? How do you get everything set up and go to Rancho Leonero? Beginning with a passport. You got to have a passport to fly down.
Out of the country, to anywhere outside the United States now. So, of course, the passport's a necessity. Of course, calling the office, it's easy, the whole name of the game at Rancho Leonero is to make it as easy for you as we possibly can. So the office will take care of pretty much everything with the exception of your airfare. And normally we stop doing the airfare because if you shop around yourself, with the competitive nature of the airfares and how they fluctuate.
So many flights.
And there's so many fluctuations in rates and all that.
So you want to fly into Cabo San Lucas or San Jose del Cabo. SJD.
Cabo. And then we have our vans pick you right up.
And you arrange that through the office, right?
Through the office. And then literally,
they have a sign when you get out of the airport, out of customs. There'll be a sign there with Rancho Leonero.
It says Rancho Leonero.
And you just go up, give them your name. They'll be waiting for you.
Yep, it's easy. And like I say, you don't really need to bring anything. We've got great snorkeling equipment. We've got good fishing equipment. We've got literally everything you need.
Kayaks, stand-up paddle boards.
So all the excess baggage, fares, and all that are really unnecessary. Like you say, Pete. Come down for 5 days. It's easy to carry on.
Yep.
It really is.
Yeah. As long as you don't bring any hooks, that's the key. If you're bringing hooks down, you have
line.
You have favorite lures or line or something. You need to check that.
You never know.
Which is no big deal.
Yeah. No. You got that stuff. That stuff needs to be checked for sure. If you have any doubt, just check it.
Yeah. And then you're done. You know what I mean? Then you don't have to worry about it.
You get to the ranch.
It's all good.
You check into your room and you head for. Go see Francisco at the bar and get the party started.
That's it. That first margarita going, and it's like I said, we make it as simple as we can, and not much changes at the ranch. Everything pretty much stays the same, and the employees are real friendly, and after your first trip, they'll know you, they'll remember you.
Yeah. What if somebody wants to do the scenario like we talked about earlier, where they want to start their vacation in Cabo San Lucas? Will you also arrange a cab to pick them up at the hotel in Cabo San Lucas and bring you to the ranch?
Absolutely.
Can you arrange that too? That transfer?
Yeah.
Okay. Your same transfer guys will do that.
They'll come pick you up.
Okay.
You know, they're funny. Some of there's unions and all of that.
Yeah.
We'll arrange it, you know, and sometimes there's a transfer along the way, depending on the union down in Cabo. There's pretty strict tax unions. But again, our job is to make it easy for you. So if there's a transfer and all that, we take care of everything.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Indeed. Pretty good stuff. Hey, Dwayne from the San Diego Anglers is on the line. What's up, Dwayne?
Good morning, guys. Just real quick, I just want to let everybody know who wants to fish the Bay Bass tournament that the entry forms will finally be done the end of this week. You'll be able to get them in the tackle shops. You'll be able to get them on our website, SanDiegoAnglers.com, under the Tournaments tab, and they should be done by the end of the week here.
And the date of the San Diego
The day
Bay
of the
Bass?
tournament is Saturday, January 23rd. San Diego Bay, Shell Try and Launch Ramp, and the whole idea is to go out and catch the three largest bass in the bay, sand bass, spotted bay bass, or calico bass, and try and win that $1,500 that Doug is putting up for first place.
Wow, fantastic. Now, I might mention, too, the week before that, Saturday, January 16th, we will be at Dana Landing in Mission Bay, and if there's spots still available, you can sign up there, right?
That's exactly right. And when the radio show is over with, we'll meander over to Fastlane Kayaks, and we'll have a seminar over there about the Bay Bass tournament.
Indeed. I know Benny Florentino's going to be on the show that day, and he's certainly a guy that knows a lot about catching bass, and there'll be other people there, and lots of good information Saturday, January 16th at Dana Landing there in Mission Bay. And but in the meantime, I mean, you probably want to sign up before that if you're really serious about getting in.
Yes, Debbie Cazelli would really appreciate it, and the fact that that's a lot of work that last week, and she does all that data input there, and to try and squeeze everything in the last week, that's kind of a lot to ask.
Yeah. So again, is it sdanglers.com?
Well, yeah, there's SanDiegoAnglers.com. That's our website. You can also follow us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Open Bay Bass.
Okay.
Open Bay Bass, and Lewis will keep the Facebook page up to date. And as we have new information, he'll just blast it out on Facebook there. So go into the Facebook page, like us, and that's probably the best way to keep up.
All right, very good. Dwayne from the San Diego Anglers, the Big Bay Bass Tournament. Saturday, January 23rd, right?
This is our year.
This is your year?
This is our year. It's got to be
You and Doug?
year. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to keep Tommy Rothery. I'm going to predict it until it happens. This is our year.
So whose
Mark
boat are
it.
you going to fish on?
I don't think we can. I think we got too good of a good thing going. I think we're going to keep fishing on the dugout, on Doug's Parker, and we're going to make it happen. This is our year.
Okay. There you go.
Trophy ready, Dwayne.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks,
See you, Dwayne.
Appreciate the call this morning. Let's try and jump into another phone call.
You got it. How about John calling from Mira Mesa? Hi, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, John. Oh, we lost John.
Oh, looks like John just jumped off there. So then we'll talk to Tom calling us from San Diego. Hi, Tom. Welcome to the show.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. And John, I think it was only 6 weeks ago that my wife Libby and I and we drove up along with Rick Jensen and Sharon Nanette. Had a great time seeing you up there.
Sure, Tom. I remember. Nice to
Yeah,
hear from
you know, my sister, when they lived in Central America, they had a beach palapa, and they were taking the roof off. Boy, they found all kinds of critters falling down. The old one.
Yeah, that's part of the palapa lifestyle, you know, in the tropics. They are a habitat. That's why we have to replace them as well every once in a while.
Yeah, well, I have to say, I've been to every lodge up and down the East Cape, visited, at least stopped in, and I think yours by far has the best location.
Thanks, Tom. Me too.
Best location, best service, best food. It's a good spot.
Thanks. I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah.
At least buys a guy here in the studio, you know.
Yeah, and the best ambiance, too,
no
right?
doubt about it.
Yeah,
Thank
pretty
Great
nice
spot.
ambiance. Hey,
Thanks, Tom.
Tom, thanks a lot for the call this
Thank
morning.
you, amigo. Thanks
All
for
right.
coming by.
Hills in Ventura, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Hi, Hills.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
Doing great. Hills, good morning.
Hey, so I had an opportunity to go fishing with a great guy who I believe is down at Rancho Leonero as we speak, Brandon Hayward, on Monday, and we couldn't have had more fun. It was we had a great adventure. We actually landed November yellowfin, which is what we wanted to do, and Brandon was excited about getting some really needed time off. Man, the guy works so hard.
The guy works.
Yeah, he works.
Crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing how hard he works. Yeah, he's with the family, and I'm pretty sure the hotel is like say closing Tuesday, so he was mixed with the wedding.
Oh yeah, that must have been fun.
Yeah,
a festive atmosphere.
Those weddings are always a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And Brandon was saying that we put down deposits for 2 sea bass trips. My buddy Peter Nelson and I for the spring, but on the lobster trips, I didn't realize you could actually do a 2-day trip, and he, I guess he still guarantees like a limit, but it's like 2 limits. Man, I was like, you're kidding me.
Yeah, that's what I did with him the week before you went. I went with Brandon over to Catalina, and we did the 2-day trip, and it was a long night, I can tell you that. Yeah, because you're not allowed to take a limit. You're only allowed to take a second limit after midnight. So it's a long night, but we did it and accomplished the thing. But it's amazing. Brandon has that thing dialed.
He does, man.
If you
no
want,
doubt.
and those Catalina bugs, how good are they, Hills? Huh?
Well, I haven't had one yet, but
okay, you went on a fishing trip with them.
I got yellowfin, and we got smaller grade, and it was the funnest running gun fishing ever. We had little anchovies in a tray, hooked up with small hooks, and we ran up on the dolphin, and then we dropped them, and we're still going like 10 knots, 15 knots, and then we shut back the motor into neutral and got the fish to come up. That was how we got some.
Sick.
That's
what a cool trip,
fun.
Hills.
How fun. Well, thanks a lot, Hills. Appreciate that fish report, Fishing with Brandon Hayward's a good time. We highly recommend it, for sure. Dave in Mira Mesa, just about 30 seconds left, Dave.
Alan, if we had one thing for people to bring down there that they always forget, what would it be?
That's a good question.
To the ranch.
To the ranch.
Well, I can tell you what they forget to do, and that's put sunblock on the top of their feet.
Oh,
I can see that.
The most sunburned spot on the ranch is the top of people's feet because it's exposed to sun all the time.
Yeah.
What else you forget? There's really not much. And if you have a favorite scotch or something that you drink, or a favorite cigar or something like that.
Yeah, cigars are. Yeah, if you like to smoke cigars, you've got some there, but
you there's real special stuff like that. Otherwise, we've got everything.
Yeah, you got it all. Yeah.
Thanks, John.
All right. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out what lucky guy's going fishing on the San Diego. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 1090.
This is Rick Jensen with Sport Fishing Financial. By now, some of you have already been out fishing with me or even on board as new clients. For others out there who couldn't make it during the recent offshore fishing season, now's a great time to see how we can help you. Business owners with 401ks or qualified retirement plans, you know things could be better, and why don't we sit down and see how we can make it better? Business owners that are out there that don't have a plan, I'll walk you through the steps and create the plan that's right for you and your employees. For others that have retirement plans with former employers or personal IRAs, let's put them to work where you know how much risk you're exposed to and what kind of expenses you're being charged. Now's the time to put more focus on the long-term funding of your fishing lifestyle.
Rick and I had some great times together out on the water this season, and I know you're going to enjoy meeting him. Managing your investment accounts should be simple and efficient. Give Rick a call at 949-481-1807 or find him on the web at sportfishingfinancial.com.
Doing business with the right company always pays off, and JobSite Supply is that kind of company, selling commercial contractor supplies since 1987. JobSite Supply specializes in the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing trades with lines like Unistrut, the original metal framing system featuring the unique webless connection. Unistrut metal framing is the time and money-saving alternative to conventional support methods. Come see the largest supply of Unistrut at JobSite Supply. Check JobSiteSupplyCo.com for more details.
Are you feeling that itch to get out on the water? Come fishing on the American Angler and reacquaint yourself with some familiar faces and make new friends. Captain owners Brian Kiyohara and Sam Patella take pride in every aspect of the American Angler operation, from their loyal and trusted crew to the sashimi-grade fresh fish you'll take home. It's easy to find a vacation that fits your schedule. We have everything from day and a half to 10-day trips and longer. Call me at the office, 619-223-5414, or check us out at AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com. We want you to become a part of the American Angler family.
Your hook is one of the most important parts of your fishing tackle, and that is why you should use the hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation. Gamakatsu, as Japan's leading hook manufacturer and growing at an amazing pace, Gamakatsu is responsible for introducing a unique tempering process to give Gamakatsu hooks superior strength and durability. Plus, the conically needle-honed points stay sharp. Gamakatsu offers a hook for every fishing situation, including the finest one-piece ringed hooks, light wire, standard and heavy-duty live bait hooks, and the popular Nautilus circle hooks. Get Gamakatsu hooks at your favorite tackle store and stay connected to that fish of a lifetime.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
The best NFL coverage is right here.
Inside the pylon for a touchdown.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090, the big winner of the three-quarter day trip aboard the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing. You get in on that great, I don't know what you call it now, wintertime yellowfin is going to Dave in Mira Mesa. Dave, congratulations. You're going to love fishing Captain Ryan and Captain Taro.
Yeah, and thanks a lot to Captain Ryan Boston for his generous donation to that trip. And thank you, John Island, for having one of the greatest places on earth that is just right in our own backyard, Rancho Leonero.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Rick. Yeah, it's always nice to be here.
So if somebody wants to come, how do we do that?
800-646-2252 or rancholeonero.com.
Yeah, just check out the website. You'll want to go.
Yeah.
No doubt
I love
about
the show. I appreciate it.
And we want to thank you, John, for all the years of support you've given us here. 23 years and counting with Let's Talk Hookup and Rancho Leonero. How about that? Yeah. Pretty awesome.
We're dating ourselves here.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, thank you for listening today. Good luck to you, Rock Cod Rick.
Thanks, buddy.
And the Royal Star. We'll hear from you from the grounds next Saturday, right?
Check in on Saturday. You better believe
you're
it.
Leaving tomorrow morning, right?
Monday we're out of here. Tomorrow morning, and for sure I'll be checking in from the boat.
Yeah, great. Well, good luck on that trip, and I'll see you in Cabo.
I'll be there.
Yeah, and we'll see you next Saturday on Let's Talk Hookup. Next Saturday, Gary Graham, outdoor writer extraordinaire and fishing legend himself, will be in the studio with me next Saturday. And then next Sunday, TV star and photographer Bill Boyce will be here.
Oh,
Thanks for listening today. We'll see you next Saturday and Sunday right back here on the Mighty 1090.